Hello and welcome to a reading vlog. This is going to be a summer, hopefully, reading vlog. I'm saying hopefully because right now it's very gloomy outside. It's the first day of rain that we have gotten this whole summer, which is crazy. But after today, it is supposed to be fully sunny, great weather. And I was thinking that I should do like a summer reading vlog. This summer, it hasn't been as bad as summer is usually for me. So I thought that it would be so nice to kind of do like a summer reading vlog. I'm gonna try and go to the beach. I'm gonna eat ice cream. And most importantly, I'm gonna read a bunch of summary books. And the first one is Savor It by Tara DeWitt. I think that this is summary. It says summer won't last forever. So I'm guessing that it's summary. This is about Sage, and she lives in this small town, and right next to her house there's a chef that comes and ends up renting that house for the summer. I have read another book by Tara DeWitt. I have read The Co-op, but that was when it was indie published. This has been officially traditionally published. I always want to give an author a second chance, especially when a book is traditionally published, because I feel like there's more check marks that the book goes through. So this is going to be the first read. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I have a lot of books that I could pick up, and I also have a lot of books that are coming in the mail. So yeah, let's start reading. I am 200 pages in, chapter 19, and I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it. Here's the thing. I don't know exactly how I feel about it. I feel like if I wasn't listening to the audiobook of it, I would be really bored. Being fully honest, I think that the audiobook is really helping me with this one. Now, that being said, I'm not saying that this is bad. It's definitely a bit on the slower side and not a lot of things are happening. I'm thinking that I'm gonna give it around like 3.5, so I do think that it's a good book. I do like it more than The Co-op, which is another book that I read from this author and I didn't love. But for some reason, something is not 100% working for me with this book. I don't know exactly what it is. I like the characters. I like our male main character. I don't love our female main character, and I think that might be it. She's a tiny bit too quirky for my liking. I like how she's not acting helpless and like she can't do anything, but at the same time, I feel like she's way too quirky. I don't know how to explain it. I'm hoping that it makes sense, and that might be the reason why I'm not loving it as much as I was hoping. I like the setting, I like the town, and also we have our male main character, and essentially he is the guardian of his niece. His sister passed away, so he is the guardian of his niece. I feel like from the first couple of chapters that we meet him, that whole thing is kind of important, and he talks about how his relationship with his niece is not that good. It's not going great, but we don't really see that much about it. I mean, we do, but at the same time, I would have liked to see more and see more of them working into having a better relationship. It does feel summery, so that's always something nice, and I am enjoying it. I'm having fun, but again, if it wasn't for the audiobook, I might have DNF'd it. I might have not been able to continue reading the book. I can see why for some people it would be boring, but for now, it's good. It's fine. Nothing amazing. I really want to read the second book in this series. I think that it's like, what's the name of it? Left of Forever? Something like that. I am really curious about that because we see the characters in this book. Obviously, the female main character of the second book is the best friend of a female main character in this book. The male main character of the second book is also our female main character's brother. So we have seen them, we have met them, and I really am curious. And also thinking about it, I feel like the beginning of the book set it up so well, but then throughout the book, it's just nothing. For example, her best friend, in the beginning chapters, we see her being very much so in our female main character's life, but throughout the last chapters, I feel like we don't see her anymore, and it feels kind of weird thinking about it. I feel like the first couple of chapters, I was expecting something else. Obviously, it's not happening, so I don't know if that's a me thing. I don't know if I'm the problem, and I would really enjoy her best friend's presence. She's a very funny character, and I think it would make this book so much funnier if we had that character be more present, I guess. I am gonna keep reading, and I'm hoping that I'm gonna finish it actually today or maybe tomorrow morning. I do have 100 pages left, 120, but I have like 1.5 hours left of listening, so I definitely think that I could finish it either tonight or tomorrow morning. I actually have quite a big update for you. I finished Savor It by Tara DeWitt. I think I'm gonna give this 3.5 stars. I liked it, I enjoyed it. I definitely want to read the second book in the series, but like I said previously, the female main character was not for me. It felt like she was trying so hard to be quirky, like the author tried so hard to make her quirky, and that's not my kind of thing. And I didn't really care about the romance between them. I care about our male main character and his life, but I didn't really care if they ended up together or not. And also for me, I didn't really understand when they fell in love. It felt more so like a case of we are being told that they are in love, but we're not being shown. So for that reason, I think I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. It's still a good rating. I would still recommend it. It was a very fun romance. It wasn't funny, so I wouldn't say that it's a rom-com, which is kind of disappointing. I was hoping that it would be a rom-com, but I still have fun with it. And I do think that I prefer it over The Co-op, which is the other book that I have read from this author. And I am 100% going to buy the second book in this series pretty soon. And I'm also curious if we're gonna get more books, because our female main character, she has 3 brothers, I think, and obviously this is a book about her. The second book is about her brother, so I'm thinking maybe we're gonna get 2 more books, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll see about that. Maybe it will be just a duology. I think that I would enjoy the second book more, and if there's going to be more books, I think I would enjoy those a lot more than this one, because I will be more attached to the characters. And also I prefer her brothers, the scenes that we met the brothers and we saw them interact with each other and with other people. I really like them as characters. So if there's going to be more books, I am gonna read them, because I do think that I'm gonna like them more. This one, if our female main character was a bit different, I would have liked it a lot more. And then once I finished that one, I was like, okay, let me pick up another book. And I was actually scrolling on TikTok and I saw someone talking about this one, which is The Summer We Felt by Elizabeth O'Rourke. This is the first book in I don't know how many books there are going to be. I think so far there are 5. I have the first 4 of them, so I decided to pick this one up. And let's just say that I did not like it. I have since finished it. Honestly, I didn't want to give you an update halfway through because I was not liking it, and I was finishing it for the sake of finishing it, because I do have the second book, I do have the third book, the fourth book, and I do want to read those. I think that those are might like a bit more, but this one was not it. This has so much cheating. It's essentially childhood friends to lovers, and I think that yeah, some moments were cute, but for me, I don't care the reason. I don't care what explanation you have. I don't like cheating in books. I can get behind it maybe if it's like once or something, but no, I didn't like a female main character. I remember when I started reading it, obviously I went on Goodreads to add it as my currently reading. I read like one review and someone was saying that the female main character is such a pushover, and I was like, no, I'm sure that it's just maybe it's going to be on the past chapters, because this is like a past and present timeline, which again, not something that I love necessarily. I was like, oh, she's going to be a pushover in the past chapters, and in the present chapters obviously she has grown and she's different. And while I was reading it, I was like, yeah, it's okay, we are in a past chapter, that's why she's being a pushover. No, our female main character gave me nothing. In the past chapters, I was getting so frustrated about her because she would just say, oh, this is my life, this is it, I cannot do anything about it, and she would find excuses to keep staying in this situation that she didn't like. She would keep being like, oh, this happened, now I cannot leave, this happened, now I can't leave, this happened, now I can't leave. Like, and then our male main character, he had anger issues for sure, and I'm not okay with that. Like, I get the reason behind it, but for some reason when I'm reading it and you're literally under 20 years old and you have anger issues and you want to just beat people up, I'm like, relax. I don't know, he was acting like nobody could hurt him, and then the amount of times that the police almost would catch him, they would let him go. It didn't feel realistic. It felt so far-fetched and so just dumb. The thing is, I have read another series from this author. I have read the Devil series. 4 books. I loved the first 2 books. I gave them like 4 stars, 4.5 stars, I think the second one. And then I read the last 2 books. I didn't love them because I didn't like the characters that much, but the writing was good. The writing was not good, and that is what is confusing me, because this was written after those books, so I don't understand why the writing is so different. I was reading it, and especially in the beginning, I kept thinking, who wrote this? It felt like a child wrote this, especially the past chapters. They were so simply written, but not in a good way. They were more so, we went there, he was there, we did this. They were so simple and so just uninteresting, I guess. I don't know how to explain it exactly. I'm hoping that you can understand what I'm saying. But I was reading it and I was like, it feels like I'm reading a child's essay. You know, like an essay where the teacher is like, tell me what you did yesterday. And the child is writing that. And it felt like that. And I really did not like it. I don't know what the other 3 books are about, or the other 4 books, I guess, since there are 5 out. Yeah, this is probably gonna get like a 1.5 stars. I'm still thinking about it. I finished it last night. I'm trying to decide. But yeah, I honestly think that this is going to be one of my worst books of the year, which is so sad. Honestly, if I didn't own the other books, I don't know if I would continue with the series because this was such a bad introduction. I have seen so many good reviews. Like, this has an average of 4 stars on Goodreads. 4 stars. Are you joking? And I read like a review that was like, oh, yeah, there's a lot of cheating, but you're rooting for the main couple. No, I'm not. I'm actually really not rooting. I think that they both need therapy. They should both stay away from each other. That's what I think. I am so confused about what this was. Like, even while I was reading it, I was confused. I was like, what is going on? Why? Who approved of this? Who? It tried to be very like darker and more serious, and it's just, no, it wasn't done well. I don't know if it's because I don't love very dark romances. I like a book that has darker topics, but I don't like them when they are so far-fetched. Like, I don't like mafia romances, for example. This also didn't feel very summery. I mean, Savor It felt a tiny bit summery, but this one, even though it has summer in the title, it didn't feel that summery. It wasn't for me. So 2 books down. I now need to decide about my 3rd book. I really don't know what I'm gonna read. I was thinking of maybe picking up Bad Publicity by Bianca Gillen, but I actually realized that I don't know if this is actually a summary book. It says that they're going on a book tour across Europe for a month, but I don't know if that's a month in the winter. I don't know if that's the month in the summertime. So I am gonna look it up and I'm gonna see if it is, and if it's not, maybe I will pick up something else. I actually have a whole spread on my reading journal about summer and my summer TBR. So let's see. I have literally read only 2 books. I have read The Summer We Fell and My Best Friend's Honeymoon. Oh, okay, so I have quite a few that I really want to read, hence why I put them in the summer TBR. Actually, never mind, I'm not gonna read that. Okay, I think I'm gonna pick up Malibu Summer by Libby Gill. This is, if I remember correctly, she's a gardener and she gets hired in this mansion, in this villa somewhere in California. She goes there to work, and essentially the owner of the house, her boss, does not like her and he wants to get rid of her, but he has a young kid, a young son, and he really likes our female main character. So our main character is forced to kind of like keep her for the summer because his kid really likes her, and that's kind of it. So I think I'm gonna do that, and I'm hoping that I'm gonna get summery vibes. I mean, it's called Malibu Summer. I'm hoping that I'm gonna get summery vibes. I started reading Malibu Summer. First things first, that is not a romance. I don't know if it's going to be. I'm not gonna find out anytime soon. I have decided to DNF it, at least for now. I just cannot do it. I already have read 1 book that I really did not like, but I still finished it. I cannot do a second one back to back. So I am like 50% through the book and I have decided to DNF it. They were trying to make it look like a romance, but it's 100% not one. It's more so like, maybe it has like a subplot of romance, but not enough to call it a romance. And I don't really see the subplot. I also read a couple of reviews and they were saying the same thing, that the romance just felt like it came out of nowhere, and for the majority of the book there was no romance, but all of a sudden they were together and in love and stuff. And the whole thing, they both just lost their partners, and now a couple of months later they're saying they're attracted to each other. I don't know, it felt very icky to me, so I'm just not gonna continue. So obviously I need to decide what else I'm gonna read, because so far we're not doing great. This was the 3rd book of the video, and so far the only book that I actually liked was the first one. So I decided to go on my Summer Hopefuls on Goodreads and see if I have anything else that I might like. And because I really need it to be a good book, I decided to go with Average Rating, and I have a couple of books that I would really want to pick up. I have Broken French by Natasha Boyd, which is the book that I'm thinking about because it is also on my summer TBR. It is 500 pages though, so I'm like, do I want to do that? Do I not? Another book is The Friendship Fling by Georgia Stone. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it is an option. I also might pick up One Week in Paradise by Anis Starr. And I think that those are my options. Like, the other ones are not really calling my name. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start reading every single one of them, essentially. And I'm gonna read like the first chapter, maybe 2 chapters, and see which one I actually want to pick up. Because I am looking for a win. 2 bad books back to back, not for me. And the thing is, the third book, Malibu Summer, could have been a good one, but it just felt like the author and the publisher were looking around and they were like, oh, romance is really selling right now, let's just throw a romance in there so we can sell more copies of the book. And that's just, you can tell. I realized that I never gave you an update, and I am already 72% through the book. I have 3 hours left, almost 3 hours left. I thought that it would be nice to give you an update and tell you how I'm feeling about the book. I have been taking my sweet time reading this, and I actually am enjoying that. Recently, I have been so caught up with just finishing books that I haven't been taking that much time to just enjoy them, savor them, and I'm doing that with this one and I'm really liking it. I think that it's going to be around 4.5 stars, definitely above 4 stars. For a minute I was thinking maybe 5 stars, which is insane, especially because I haven't heard people talking about this. Did I even tell you what book I started? I haven't filmed anything in a couple of days, so now I don't know what I told you, but I started The Friendship Fling. It's a new release, but from what I understand, it got published, independently published last year, and then this year it got traditionally published. And I had seen the cover on Bookstagram, but then I read the plot and I didn't really care about it. I was like, that doesn't sound that great. But I saw a review about it a couple of days ago. So I was like, okay, let me pick it up because that person gave it 5 stars and they said that it was amazing. So I decided to pick it up, and honestly, from the first chapter it had me. I thought that it was so well done, and the fact that this is a debut novel, crazy, insane actually. But essentially this is about Finn and Ava. Ava is a barista. She's very much black hat coded, so she's kind of grumpy. She doesn't really like people. And then we have Finn, who is a golden retriever. He's sunshine personified. I love him so much, and that's also something that I wasn't expecting because usually I like grumpy male characters, but I really like him, and he's a golden retriever to a T. So randomly one day Finn goes to the coffee shop that Ava works at, and they obviously meet each other. He ends up really liking the coffee, so he keeps coming back. And because he's truly a people person, he's trying to kind of form a relationship, like a friendship with her. And also Finn has this bucket list that he wants to finish by the end of the summer, because after that he's essentially moving. So he's like, can you help me with it? Obviously you know London, so can you help me complete this bucket list? So you see them spending so much time together, and essentially she's very hesitant because obviously she doesn't like people. She's a very grumpy character, which I love, but it's just seeing him loving her grumpiness. It's so good. I'm having so much fun reading it. I'm reading it on my Kindle. I definitely want to buy the physical copy of it because I definitely think that this is going to be one of my favorite books of the year, and it's so summery. I think that from the whole video, this is the book that it's the most summery, and it's also kind of like a different summer vibe because it takes place in London, which is not the most summery location, but it's still putting you in the summer mood, especially since they have this whole bucket list thing. They go to a pool, they go to a picnic, they talk about a bunch of hot days, and I really like it. And I think that if that's kind of how you spend your summer, you don't really go to the beach all the time, you don't live in a coastal town, I think that you would also really enjoy this book and kind of relate with some things. And this also is making me want to go to London so bad, and low-key want to stay there so bad. So yeah, I am really enjoying it. I definitely want to finish it probably tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. A great end to this video.
I see you looking over here at me like you got tunnel vision. And now my head's all up in outer space. You got me
finished the friendship fling. I ended up giving it 5 stars, which is crazy. I feel like I've been finding so many great books this year and I'm very happy about it. I have had 6 5-star reads and that is crazy to me. I feel like I haven't had that many 5-star reads in so long, so I'm very excited about it. Yeah, I loved it. It was so easy, it was so fun. It was a perfect summary book. It made me kind of fall in love with London and I wanted to go already, but now I want to go even more. Definitely recommend that book. I think that it was done so well and I cannot wait to see what else this author has in store. And also I cannot wait to get a physical copy of it so that I can have it on my bookshelf and look at it and admire it. But yeah, that means that this video is done. I ended up reading 3 books, well 3.5, because one of them was a DNF. So first of all, I read Savor It by Tara DeWitt. I give this a 3.5. I thought that it was good. The main issue that I had with this one was a female main character was a tiny bit too quirky for me and it was at times a bit just cringy. That was my only issue with it. I'm definitely going to continue with the series. I'm really curious to read the second book and see how that's going to go because I have also heard great things about the second one. But yeah, I really enjoyed this book. I did actually annotate it, which I'm happy that I did. Then after that, I read The Summer We Fell by Elizabeth O'Rourke and I ended up actually not liking this one. I gave it 1.5. This was not for me. It has cheating in it, which is the biggest red flag in a book for me, and I don't care if it is between the main characters. I don't care if it's about side characters. I just don't like it. I'm reading fiction to escape the real world, and in that imaginary world, cheating is just not a part of it, so I don't like to read about that. If you don't mind it, I don't know, maybe you should pick it up. This also didn't really feel that summery and it was definitely a lot darker. Like from the cover you wouldn't expect it, but it was definitely a lot darker and it wasn't for me. I was expecting kind of like a rom-com type of book because also at the back it doesn't say that much, so I didn't know what I was going in for. I only knew that the previous books that I have read from this author were all rom-coms, so I was expecting the same. But yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't care about the characters. I also found a female main character annoying. What is going on with me finding female main characters annoying? Like I found her annoying in this one, I found her annoying in this one for different reasons. Like in Savor It, she was definitely like too quirky and that made me annoyed, and in this one she was such, I guess, a people pleaser. She will literally do everything for everyone else except for herself, so that was also kind of annoying, and I don't know if by the end of it we got over that. And then the book that I actually DNF'd was Malibu Summer. I don't remember the name of the author, give me a second. Libby Gill. The cover, gorgeous by the way. The book, not so much. First of all, this is categorized as romance. I wouldn't say that. It's not a romance book. Don't pick this up thinking that it's going to be a romance book. Maybe the romance is a subplot, yeah, but I read like 50% of the book and there was not any romance, and also I think that the grief was not handled that great. I'm very particular with grief and how it's treated in a book, and with this one I feel like it tried to do it right but it wasn't, so I wouldn't say pick this up. I didn't like it. I didn't care about any of the characters. The only character that I cared about was the kid, the little kid. I don't remember his name, so I did actually decide to DNF that book, and I'm actually really happy that I DNF'd that book because after that I ended up reading The Friendship Fling by Georgia Stone. I already talked about this, 5 stars. Definitely one of my favorite books of the year. I loved it. It was such an amazing romance. It went deep, but at the same time it was funny and it was cute, and I love our characters so much. It's Black Cat, ex-golden retriever, and I love them together. It was truly 2 characters, 2 people that really complement each other, and I loved seeing it. I also really loved our male main character, and I related a bit to a female main character because sometimes I'm also grumpy. Love that book. I think that it's also an amazing summary book. It's definitely gonna be like one of the books that I will recommend for summer from now on. But yeah, that brings us to the end of this video. 3.5 books read. I'm excited. I'm excited because I got some books out of my summer TBR. I definitely have a lot more left, but we're getting closer. I know that it's August already, so I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. Chances are I'm not gonna finish it, but we can try. But yeah, that's all I had to say. I hope that you liked this video, and I hope that I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
You give me butterflies when you smile and it feels so